Today I'm just going to talk about some of the trig fundamentals. So without these fundamentals, the trigonometry unit is going to seem a lot more difficult. So if you just know some of these rules and techniques, it's going to make it a lot simpler. The first one of those techniques is special triangles. So there is two special triangles. The first one is our 60 degrees, 30 degrees, 90-degree angle. We have root 3, 2, 1. So that's one of our triangles. And the second one is 45, 45, 90, root 2, 1, 1. So these are our two special triangles, and if you just memorize these, I've found I've never had to memorize the unit circle. So these are really helpful. Let's just take a look at an example just to see how you would use these triangles. So take the example sine 60 equals x. So we have this angle of 60. We want to know what our trig ratio is. So if you just go to your special triangle, your 60-30 triangle, I just put my pencil where that angle is. Sine, we know, is opposite over hypotenuse from SOHCAHTOA. So that's from like grade 10 math, so make sure you still know that because it still comes into play. So again, just put your pencil on that, and then we know that sine is opposite, so the side that isn't touching, over hypotenuse. So x is going to equal root 3 over 2. You can also double check this in your calculator by going sine 60 degrees in your calculator. Make sure you're in degree mode. And that, since it's a root over 2, you're going to get like a decimal number, but you can convert this to that decimal number just to make sure that they're the same. But if you just know your triangles really well, you won't really have to check with your calculator. So again, remember that you know your SOHCAHTOA as well, because that's going to keep coming up. And yeah, it's just really important to memorize these triangles. The 45 triangle is pretty easy to remember just because it's the same ones on opposite and adjacent, root 2 for the hypotenuse, and then both the angles are 45. And of course this is for our degrees, but if we wanted to change this to our triangles in radians, you just have to remember, so 60 degrees is equal to pi over 3 radians, 30 degrees is equal to pi over 6 radians, and then we have our same ratios. So just make sure you're not getting these two mixed up, because I know I do a lot as well, just because, you know, this one's got a 6 in it, so you just kind of correspond them to one another, but just make sure you kind of remember that they're opposite in this one. But again, this one's really simple to remember. 45 is equal to pi over 4, so that's easy to remember. They both have 4s in them. And then again, we have our same ratios there. So just to sum that part up, you just want to make sure you have your special triangles memorized, have your SOHCAHTOA memorized, and it's going to be a lot simpler.